Hello there, you're now with me, Douglas Elliott, for TBS News at 5. We begin with our top story. The raising of the overnight policy rate OPR yet again by Bank Negara Malaysia, expected to be announced formally this week, will severely affect the B40 and M40 income groups. The third consecutive rate hike, Bank Negara says it is aimed at reining in the inflation. However, according to financial advisor Saltihi Zeni, consumers will feel the pinch of reduced spending power.
Bagi yang banyak loan di bank, so biasanya saya suka. Sebab biasanya bila banyak loan, so komitmen bulanan memang akan naik lah. Dan kebiasaannya bila kenaikan OPR berlaku, macam baru-baru tu kita dengar bulan 7 hari ada kenaikan sebanyak 25 mata asas menjadi 2.5% OPR. So kenaikan loan pun akan turun naik lah.
He added the cost of living would inevitably increase following the hike in prices of goods and services. Bank Negara is expected to raise the overnight policy rate by 25 basis points to 2.5% this week. The central bank is scheduled for a September Monetary Policy Committee meeting on September 7th and 8th.
The COVID-19 pandemic has battered many industries, including the hospitality industry, which was reduced when they provided quarantine centers for many returning residents. As more and more countries relax their COVID-19 restrictions and travel starts to pick up, the hospitality industry can finally see the light of day and reinvent itself with the use of smart digital technology. One such hotel, Kuching Park Hotel in the city centre, has recently reopened its doors with a brand new look and by embracing smart features to become Sarawak's first smart digital hotel.
For hotel manager Patrick Lau, the digital adoption is aimed at limiting interactions among hotel guests, especially at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Pandemic, people don't like to meet people. They want something that non-human, less touch point, and not crowded. You see, so things want to be very kind of bare, and things can be done by itself. So these ideas were mooted, and we say, yeah, I think it's time, and it is time to move on, to look into, to digitalize the whole hotel industry.
Moreover, Patrick said the use of smart digital technology is the way of the future in the hospitality industry.
And with the 2.5 years, people in the living in the pandemic, they also had learned or been forced to learn about digital. You see, they got to scan the MySejahtera. Everywhere they go, they got to scan, and regardless of the age, so everyone start to learn. That's how the idea was brought out, and we think this is time we should able to kickstart this idea to bring it to the hotel industry. We try to start small, and yeah, I think it's the right timing, really to press a lot. There's a right timing that we're able to bring forth this, and people are more acceptable.
Patrick said the digital adoption is also in line with the state government aspirations of digital transformation.
Day 2 of the International Conference on Nia National Park for World Heritage Site nomination is currently ongoing in Miri, with over 300 delegates comprising researchers and scholars taking part in various workshops throughout the 3-day event. Our editor, Daryl Law, is among those in attendance. Now, Daryl, what do you have for us?
Today entered the second day of the International Conference on Nia National Park for World Heritage Site nomination. Among the matters that were highlighted today and shared was to disseminate the impactful research outcome on culture, nature, tourism, and community themes. This is also to enhance the latest research data and technology through a network of cooperation between experts, organizations, and research institutes from within and outside the country. Also discussed was the need to create an awareness among local communities and stakeholders on the importance of Nia National Park as a World Heritage Site. Now, the conference was indeed a meeting of great minds to discuss and present the result of their latest studies on the element of outstanding universal values, consisting of culture, nature, tourism, and community of Nia National Park as an initiative for nomination to the UNESCO World Heritage Site list. Now, among the scope of the conference was on protection, preservation, conservation of Nia National Park, property, integrity, and authenticity of the site, product marketing, and creative industry, as well as the development management, promotion, facilities, infrastructure for tourism, and community enhancement. This promises great potential for Sarawak to be enhanced, riding on the international archaeological heritage destination. Now, there is a huge possibility of new discoveries and opportunity to showcase this historic site and give initial focus to Nia itself. I have spoken to a senior archaeologist today, Dr. Darren Kuro, which is an archaeologist from Australia who did an excavation work a few years ago in Nia. The person who is responsible for the discovery of the deep skull. Now, he, in his presentation, proposed for a center of excellence to be based in Nia. This would provide an avenue to train local students, local staff in the field of archaeology. Hence, this would also give the local a glimpse and a better understanding of heritage management, conservation, and giving the locals the skills that they can have a career working in archaeology and prehistoric in cultural heritage. I have also spoken to few of the speakers. Now, one of the main demand is for new generation to be involved in archaeology, to be experts in the field, and be a resident in Sarawak itself. Well, Sarawak has numerous potential, and having few of national recognized places like Mulu, and now that Nia is in the tentative list, it too has the potential to be it's already known by it's already internationally known to be a place of constant discovery of new information and new gathering of information through historical excavation work. There's a dire need for more locals to champion such cause. I've spoken to a local born Sarawakian who is now a lecturer in USM, is Dr. Professor Dr. Stephen Chia Ming Sun. On the future prospect, he said that USM has been training more younger generation to take up this course, and he admit that there is a demand for this, but how to get the engagement and awareness out, that remains a question it remains a question worth questioning to the locals itself. Well, that's all for me. I'm Daryl from Miri TVS.
Welcome back. Typhoon Hinnamnor in South Korea killed one person and left 9 people missing on Tuesday. The typhoon, one of the most powerful to rip through the country in decades, hit the southern island of Jeju overnight before making a landfall near Busan, which was battered by huge waves and heavy rain, which damaged beachfront roads and shops.
According to the Korea Meteorological Administration, the typhoon left the Korean peninsula at about 7:10 a.m. through waters of the southeastern city of Ulsan. And as of 11 a.m. local time, the typhoon was traveling northeast at about 62 kilometers per hour in the direction of Sapporo, Japan. Typhoon warnings were lifted across most parts of the country except in some regions including southern Ulsan, North Gyeongsang Province and the eastern Gangwon Province. However, President Yoon Suk-yeol has urged officials to take precautions until the typhoon subsides. About 2,900 people are still evacuated, mostly in the southern regions, and more than 66,000 homes experienced power outage. The typhoon has forced hundreds of flight cancellation, suspension of business operations and closure of schools. Neighboring North Korea also braced for damage from the typhoon, with leader Kim Jong-un presiding over a 2-day meeting on disaster prevention work and releasing water from a dam near its border with South Korea.
Britain's outgoing Prime Minister Boris Johnson said on Tuesday that his successor Liz Truss would do everything to help people cope with soaring energy prices. In his farewell speech in front of his Downing Street office, Boris throws his support behind the country's new Prime Minister. Boris Johnson and Liz Truss will travel to Balmoral for the appointment of the new Prime Minister today, with Johnson meeting the Queen at 11:20 a.m. local time before his successor has an audience at 12:10 p.m. Liz Truss will give her maiden speech as Prime Minister outside Downing Street around 4 p.m. the same day. Former Foreign Secretary Liz Truss won the ruling Conservative Party's leadership contest on Monday with 57.4% vote, beating out Rishi Sunak in the runoff. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news update, both locally and internationally, just a click away by visiting our official website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media. And that's all the time we have for TVS News at 5. My name is Douglas Elliott. Thank you for watching.